Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, this is the greatest time of the day. From the center of the universe, New York City, it's the main event you've been waiting for. It's time to go in the cage with Cyclone.
And welcome back. Your Messiah has come home once again on this rainy, cold, icky Monday afternoon, evening, depending where you are. I don't need these right now because I'm kind of blind, kind of not blind. So there is so much going on in MMA this past weekend. It's crazy. Had some boxing again this weekend. But I want to talk about something right off the bat. Let's talk professionalism, okay? And, you know, people are like, oh, you really don't want to do this, Cyclone? Yeah, I really do. And being it's my show, I'm going to do it. Here's the thing. When you try to do something in life, whether it's playing tic-tac-toe or being the president of the United States or the emperor of the universe, you want to be a professional. And there's codes of ethics when you do stuff in life. Some of us have those ethics, some of us don't. Now, I'm not totally going to name names, because I'm going to save that for when I write my book, because that's just going to be so much more juicier, and save it for the Lifetime movie when, you know, I don't know, King Kong Bundy's dead, so I don't know who will play me. You know what? Kevin James could play me, you know. But yeah, here's the thing. If 3/4 of a production staff are ready to work, because you see there's something called a pre-production meeting where you talk about what's going to happen, and then there's something called a post-production meeting when you discuss what has happened. If you don't have that stuff, you have chaos. And I'm not talking about Colby Covington chaos. You need to have not chaos. Okay? You can't let things slide when they just aren't done properly. Okay? From the way you dress, from the way you act. Because I fully believe it or not, I believe in karma. Okay? And karma will eventually catch up. Now, I'm the type of person that thinks 6, 7, 8, 9 steps ahead of most people. So, although I will say it publicly now, yours truly has been let go from Jackhammer Promotions. I'm not going to rip them, okay? I refuse to do that. But that being said, there are some levels that need upgrade. Production needs to be upgraded. And without me and the visions that I bring, production's going to stay the same level. Now, you want to talk about a truly professional organization? Staten Island, New York. Warriors of Wrestling. Check them out on Facebook. Check out warriorsofwrestling.com. Joe Bellini runs a professional organization. Here's the deal. Every wrestler, from the best of the best in his organization to the worst of the worst, set up the seating, set up the ring, break down the ring, break down the seating. Everyone helps out. When you have someone that doesn't help out and thinks they're Jesus, you have issues. And if you decide to put blinders on and not see those issues, you yourself will never improve. So I'm just trying to help, even though I'm not going to be there anymore. Just trying to help them. Other things that are professional. Right freaking hair in Strong Island television. Okay, Bobby Lacera in the back room, well, room right there, wouldn't stand for unprofessionalism. Wouldn't go for it. You wouldn't last a second if you weren't professional. There's a reason for his success. Because he's a professional. Same thing with Curtis Williams and the Big Curtis Show. Same thing with MMAUK.net, as well as In the Girls' Corner. It's a professionally run show, much like this one. Now look, I'm going to simmer down a bit because I'm starting to work myself up again. And that's not good, because if I died on live stream, I mean, I'm sure it might make some people's funny YouTube pages, but I'd just rather not do it. I'd rather die, go out, in a blaze of glory. Not that you guys watching is in a blaze of glory, mind you, but that being said, I want you guys to do me some favors, and I'm begging you now, click share. It would mean a lot to me if you shared the show. Check out CycloneComedy.com. I just put up my new acting demo. New dates are coming for shows. I am going to be starting in July, a new day, a new time for the Cyclone Variety Show. See all those dates on the website. Check out Psyche Prods on Facebook. Raffles giving away free prizes constantly. Kenny Hodgkins is on an incredible hot streak right now. Okay, so check out that stuff. Like I said, check out the Big Curtis Show. Check out In the Girls' Corner. Keep it right here, Strong Island Television, non-stop. And see the best shows, the most professional shows. Okay, everything from Rudy's Room to the Dennis Newman Show to Under the Radar. They are all top-notch shows. And you know what? Special prize for you guys. Very shortly, if you go to effectiveaggression.com, one of the most funniest people on this planet, Tracy Morgan, signed this glove right here for me. Okay? It's going to be up for purchase. So if you like comedy, Tracy Morgan's the cream of the crop. And it'll be up for sale really soon. So keep on checking effectiveaggression.com. And we got some games for you. We're going to talk PFL. We're going to talk UFC this weekend and Bellator this weekend. And we're going to talk PFL too. And we're going to start off with some boxing right after this.
This is Frank Edgar. This is the Barbarian Tim Bosch.
I'm World Series of Fighting undefeated lightweight champion Justin Gaethje.
MMA legend, UFC Hall of Famer, Iceman, Chuck Liddell. If you got the guts, step in the cage with Cyclone.
Okie dokie smokies, Weez is back, and let me slide this stuff over because I don't need it right now. So many notes because so much happened. Thank you, Sterling. Yeah, I am good, and welcome aboard. No, Rudy, it's the Dennis Newman Show. You have to watch. Okay. Anyways, like you guys remember last week, I did my pound for pound listings. Jared Hurd on my pound for pound list did not show up Saturday night. You know, when you're a champion, there's a level of expectation. Okay? You must bring your A game all the time, or else you're going to get smoked. And here's the deal. Julian Williams dropped Hurd in the second round. He won just about every round except I gave Hurd the 6th, I gave Hurd the 8th, and I'm trying to remember, did I give him the 11th? I gave him either the 10th or the 11th. And it's frustrating as a fan, as a reporter, as a, hey, Marty Huggins, speaking about fighters, speaking about professionals. Yo, Marty, listen, and I'm going to get off boxing for a second. I am telling you, and I am telling the public, I swear to you, Marty, I am going to hook up with another organization and we're going to get you into the cage fighting again. Okay? Where, I don't know. I guess now that I've been let go from 2 organizations, I guess like they say, the third time's charm. I am looking out for you, Marty. I expect to have you fighting on the Northeast Corridor sometime soon. So get yourself running with the mask on, back on the treadmill. Start doing that more often, because we're going to get you a fight over here, all right? Hey, Brian. Anyways, it is frustrating, like I was saying, to watch a fight, whether it's boxing, wrestling, or MMA, where someone just doesn't bring it. If you're a champ, you have to bring it. So Jared Hurd winds up getting smoked. He easily lost a unanimous decision. Wasn't even close. You know, you can't even make the argument, did he win? Did he lose? Maybe the judges scored this way. What the hell were the judges watching? No. It was a clean sweep. It was like 120, 108, something like that. It was bad. It was really bad. And for me to put him on my top 12 list for pound, I wouldn't take him off necessarily. I do have to say that. But it's a climb back for him. It was his first career loss, and it wasn't pretty. I would think that you'd rather have your first loss where you are just smoked, knocked out, and you say, hey, I got caught, I got clipped. It happens. For you to go to the distance and for your corner to say something and it to go in one ear and out the other, as Grandma used to say, I don't know. I just don't know. Also, some more boxing news. It has been announced. It is official. July 20th, there is a unification of the welterweight championships, starting to become a full unification. The first little clip of it is going to be Manny Pacquiao who is, I believe, a bazillion years old at this point, taking on Keith Thurman. I would like Keith Thurman because you would say the younger guy is faster and stronger, and the fact of the matter is, Manny Pacquiao has like the fountain of youth in him. He really does. He keeps going. And the fact that he's the senator of the Philippines, or somehow I'm vapor locking on his title. Manny Pacquiao has so many obligations pulling him left and right in every direction. The fact that he can still fight and fight effectively with, by the way, effective aggression, goes to show you that Manny Pacquiao is truly one of the greats ever. So after those two unify the WBA title, because they both, in technically speaking, they both have a share of the WBA title. It is believed to be in August on Fox. Thank God, because that means free TV on a Saturday night. Just hopefully it's not going to be same weekend as an important UFC card or an important Bellator card. Errol Spence and his IBF title is taking on Sean Porter and his WBC championship. Then hopefully those two winners square off. Then hold 3 of the 4 titles. And just looking that far ahead, and I'm going to discuss it even more next week, this little kind of tournament boxing is going to go through. I like Errol Spence. I like Errol Spence big. I like him to knock Sean Porter out. I say 5th, 6th round. Right, Marty? I'm telling you, Pacquiao is insane. Unless, of course, you mean the video game Pac-Man, which, I don't know. I always liked Miss Pac-Man better than Mr. Pac-Man. But then you say that's 3/4 of the welterweight championships. The last one being held, of course, by Terrence Crawford, which is the WBO championship. Now look, Errol Spence said for him to fight Terrence Crawford, which is never going to happen because Al Heyman just doesn't get along with anybody. He wants a 60-40 split on the purse. And there is no way on God's green earth is Terrence Crawford going to allow someone to take a 60-40 split on the purse over him. That's not going to happen. Maybe if they came to an agreement of splitting it 50-50, but God forbid, and this is the thing I don't understand about boxers, if you split things 50-50, you're still making oodles and oodles of money that your 12th generation down the line of your family will still have money to burn. Why not just do it 50-50? Just because you can make money doesn't mean you necessarily should. There's a thing called bad money. Hey, Miss Stellar, I hope you heard the kind words I gave to you. And Rudy, Brooklyn's own who? Brooklyn owns who? Oh, I see what you're saying. No, Rudy. Keith Thurman is not going to knock out Manny Pacquiao. That just doesn't happen. Not in this lifetime. Not in the next lifetime. Not in the one after that. Maybe in 4 lifetimes from now, it'll happen. So like I was saying, for Errol to want a 64, and look, don't take anything away. Errol is top of the food chain. But Terrence Crawford's a step higher on the food chain. And that's why I'm afraid that this fight's never going to happen. And it's a fight that needs to happen. No, not Keith Thurman, Rudy. Here's the thing. It needs to happen. It absolutely does. There's no two ways about it. Okay? Spence has to fight Crawford. They need to. This is going to be another Manny Floyd Mayweather situation where they argue about money for 20 freaking years. And you know who loses? All of us. You lose, I lose, he loses, he loses, he loses, she loses. We all lose. Because all of us want to see the two best athletes in their prime go at it. There is nothing sexier than that. Nothing on this planet. Well, you know, maybe there's a couple things more sexier, but I'm not going to get into that topic. Speaking of sexy, I want all of your friends to see Mr. Sexy. So pretty please click share. It would be a nice thing. You'd be helping me out. And I really want you to help me out. So, I'm going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to recap the PFL from last week. Why? Because that's what I want to do. But first, I want you guys, like I said, click share. Check out CycloneComedy.com. There's a lot of really good merchandise up for. As a matter of fact, I lowered all my merchandise prices. So get on the site now. Okay? And you know what I'm going to do? I just thought of this. If you go to CycloneComedy.com and you buy something on the shop page, I will throw in a free gift. How about that? So you buy one thing, you get a second thing of my choosing for free. How about that? That's a great offer. Okay? So do that now. Click share now. Check out Effective Aggression. Even though it's raining now, the warm weather's coming, I promise you. Some great t-shirts are for sale. And we'll be talking about the PFL when we come back right after this.
Hi, I'm Jim Miller.
This is Dan Morigliata.
I'm Derek Brunson.
I'm Nick the Carney Lentz, and you're locked into the cage with Cyclone.
Hi, I'm Jim Miller.
Okay. So, as we know, PFL Season 2 started this past Thursday. And I was really worried, I should say, that with them going to ESPN, that their collective egos would go through the roof. Turns out they didn't. they actually classed up a level, which is hard to believe because last year they were classy. The World Series of Fighting was classy. They've gotten better, incredibly. Us as reporters were completely taken care of, and I was just going to leave this as a clip on the Psyche Prods page. Now I figure, you know what? Let me bring it to you. So, Roberta Samba, Chad Curtis, Ray Sefo, Kayla Harrison. I took part of the media scrums, and here they are, my PFL interviews. So I'm just curious, starting it off this season, coming in, obviously the hype is all around Kayla. There's hype around, Sarah Kaufman as well. Mm-hmm. Do you feel comfortable laying low and sliding in and catching people off guard?
Yes, I'm feel like I say the girls are very, very talented and very experienced. But I'm feel I deserve to be here. I'm feel I'm great I'm ready for the next fight. I feel I can be the champion, and I don't care who is the next. I'm ready for the next fight.
The PFL caught a lot of slack going to a 155-pound division. Mm-hmm. A lot of organizations cap it at 145. Mm-hmm. Going up to 155, how comfortable are you moving forward?
Exactly. My last fight is in Bellator in 2015, and I fight 145, and I feel I don't have much strength. I feel like right now I feel very comfortable with this way. I feel like that way for me. I feel like I'm perfect division right now, and I'm just growing more, work more.
Okay. So look, you have a solid career record. There's no denying that. But basically, bottom lining it, you just smoked someone that was 10-1 in Bellator. Okay. Looking forward, next step. What's on your mind for next?
I'm gonna smoke someone who's whatever in PFL. I'm gonna keep smoking people until they give me a really big check.
That being said, I don't want to say if you win.
If I lose, I understand.
When you win, right?
You can say if. It's fine. It's probabilities game.
Okay.
I'm superstitious.
If you win, who do you? I know you said you haven't really looked at anybody else, but outside of like a Ray Cooper, is there someone that you really want opposite of you in the cage at New Year's Day?
That last fight, I want to fight Magnomadoff. Like that's, in all honesty, that's probably the hardest fight for me here. I'm aware of it, and I know going into that fight, I'm going to be the massive underdog. In my head, he's everything I don't want to fight. Like, just that top wrestling, grind out of the submissions. But on New Year's Day, I want him across from me because I'm going to beat him, and I'm going to shut up every single person that's told me I can't do this, you're going to lose this fight, you're not good, you're okay. So beating him on New Year's Day proves that, it's validation. I should have been here a long time ago, and I'm one of the best people in the world.
Now, being a welterweight, obviously, you guys lost somebody, in Louise Taylor.
Yeah.
How does that affect you, being that everything just days before the season starts flip-flopped?
It sucked because I went from being the main event to the second fight in the card. Haven't fought that low in a card in years. And it sucks because I really wanted to headline the first ESPN card, but you can't control these things. So at the end of the day, I just got to keep on rolling, man. Like, my job doesn't change. The circumstances around it do. But you pay me money. You guys pay me good money to come out here, beat a guy up, put on a show. Doesn't matter who I'm fighting. My job description doesn't change. I'm going to go out there and perform the same as I always do. I'm a puncher. I'm a boxer. Plan A is beating him up and making him quit. Plan B is reinforcing Plan A. So I'm going to do the same thing regardless of who you put in front of me.
Thanks a lot. How hard was it to actually come up with this year's roster compared to last year?
It was a little bit easier this year than it was last year because last year was our first year, and so nobody had heard of us. We were out there, we were saying what we were going to do, and it's $1 million season, but nobody really saw or seen us until the season actually started. And so once that season was done and everybody was presented with the world title and crowned 6 world champions and $1 million each, the whole world's like, oh wow, okay, this is for real. And so signing Friday was a lot easier this year than it was last year, and I think it's just going to get easier after this season.
And just out of curiosity, last year, New York, Louisiana, California, Chicago. This year, just Long Island and Atlantic City. Why the pulling down to just 2 venues as opposed to expanding out to even more?
That's ours. It was a good venue for us last year, and we were able to do a good deal with them, and so we felt like we needed to be here. And then obviously, I'm not sure if you're aware, but the playoffs is looking to be in Vegas, so that's in October, I believe. And so things just worked out that way, and we're happy with it.
Cool. Thanks.
Great.
Overall, what do you think about the roster that they put together for you?
Oh, I think it's fantastic. I mean, every girl has a winning record. Well, until tonight, I guess. I think there's, all different styles. There's moms, there's people from all over, there's different countries, there's, world champions in Muay Thai and Olympic champions, and there's, Sarah, who was the current Invicta champ and a former Strikeforce champ and a real veteran of the sport. Young girl, I mean, Larissa's only like 23, and she's already had 11 fights. She's gonna be, she's gonna be a star someday. So I think it's great. I'm really excited to be a part of such an amazing group of women, and I'm excited to be the baddest one of them all.
On a much lighter note, you have a habit of watching Rocky movies before fights.
Yes, I do.
Which one did you watch tonight?
I didn't watch any Rocky this time. Maybe that was the problem. We actually, my coaches watched Rocky 3 last night, which is my favorite. So I feel like I got it by osmosis. But no Rocky this time. We had an Uno tournament. That's why. Hey Mike, who's the Uno champ?
I will concede this time, yeah.
Just call me champ.
I guess you could say ATT reigns supreme again?
No, she was on fire.
I was on fire. I'm the Uno champ of the world.
Got a drop 2 printing machine.
Mike, how many points did you score in that last round we had?
Why are you being mean to me?
0. He didn't win a single game.
Next subject.
Sorry, Mike. God, I love Kayla Harrison. She is beyond super cool. She is beyond super nice. And we have the Rocky thing, so, not that I'm going to steal away from Tony Martin, but we'll always have Balboa. I still can't figure out why they've pared down. Ray Sefo kind of skated past that answer and is what it is, but I just can't figure out why. I wish they would have been going to more venues. 1 week here, 1 week there, 1 week there, 1 week here, not 3, and the 3 playoff rounds in Vegas. That's 3 venues, and the finals are always going to be on New Year's at the Garden, Hulu Theater. Yeah, she is, Rudy. So it's 4 venues. You're cutting off so many places to go. I'll never understand, but moving along, much more important news. The UFC. Where do I start? Okay. I'm going to round out everything from this weekend in one thing. Guys like me, reporters, fans, have no business telling pro athletes when to retire. We don't. We're not walking in their shoes by a long shot. However, how freaking However, there are 6 UFC fighters right now. Well, 5 that should, 1 that really shouldn't, but... And the one that really shouldn't is Rose Namajunas. I think her being power bombed on Saturday night might have rattled her. But here's the deal. She's always said she wants to do something outside. Okay? She wants to have a farm. She wants to grow marijuana. You know, she lives in Colorado. It's legal. Here's the thing. If the UFC keeps allowing guys like Anderson Silva, BJ Penn to continue to fight, then commissions have the obligation to say no. They're the final line. Okay. Promoters and promotions they'll put me into the ring. They don't give a damn. Okay? They only care about one thing, their bottom line. They will take BJ Penn when he's dead 6 years and roll his carcass into a cage if they can sell a couple of extra tickets. It's commission's job to say no more. No mas. Okay. Anderson Silva, he's in the same boat right now. He's beyond a gatekeeper. Okay. Meanwhile, Tom Duquesnoy, who's 25 years old, prime of his life, says he has to retire from MMA because he can't concentrate on other things he wants to do in life. He hasn't reached half his prime yet, and he's walking away. It goes to show you who takes what more importantly. Now, look, I get it. Fighters, especially fighters more than any other pro athlete, always think they got one more left in them. Sometimes you don't. Now, I get it. Nobody has the right to say, you should retire, no more. I don't want to see BJ Penn, who is now barely a 500 fighter in his career, turn into Apollo Creed. Because I can assure you this, folks. If there is a death in the cage, in the octagon, there's going to be hell to pay across the board. There will be lawsuit upon lawsuit upon lawsuit. And then you can kiss this whole sport goodbye. Because once one domino falls, it's all going. The CTE issue will explode. A death. Nobody needs to see that. Nobody. That being said, the as far as I'm concerned, Little Nog's in that situation too. Thiago Alves should walk away now because he's a coach at ATT. He has other things going on. This was his last fight. Leave it alone. Jose Aldo, I think, despite him losing a unanimous decision, surprisingly, in his backyard, I think Jose might have 1 or 2 left. I'll cut Jose some slack. And he's the only one who I'm going to cut some slack about this retirement thing. I'll let him stick around for a couple more. But I'm telling you, the older he gets, that cut to 145 is murder. And I think him at 155 would be destroyed. Those top guys at 155 are killers. And I don't know if it would translate. Same thing like we saw with Max Holloway right off the bat. 145 to 155 did not translate. As far as this Bellator card, and like I spoke to Miss Kerry Steller about 2 weeks ago when she was sitting right here, when it's everything on one night, it's not good. It's not good for guys like me. It really isn't. It's not good. And plus, we had the boxing on Saturday too, so it was triple the amount of headache for me. Okay, hard to watch MMA, boxing all at the same time, especially since I only got 2 eyeballs. 1, 2, kind of hard. You saw some incredible finishes at Bellator. As a matter of fact, I call these my finishes of the weekend. Now, you might say, Cyclone, finishes of the weekend, where's the video? I got news for you. They're shutting down everybody playing videos of fights. But companies cannot stop me or stop you from talking about them. So, companies, I got you. I told you. Me is always 1 or 2 steps ahead of the game. And this is one of them for me. Finishes the weekend. Douglas Lima, and everyone's saying, oh, he derailed the hype train of MVP. The fact of the matter is, MVP lost to the most underrated fighter, period, in Douglas Lima. Lima is he's a killer. He is an absolute killer. And he's so underrated because he doesn't talk. He's so quiet. He's more quiet than most guys. As a matter of fact, he reminds me a lot of Ray Cooper because Ray Cooper is super quiet too. And that's why he's always overlooked. But the fact of the matter is, guys that know the sport, you guys who love MMA know just how great Douglas Lima is. So there should not be talk of he derailed a hype train. MVP was undefeated. And you're going to say, oh, he beat nobody. He beat everybody that was put in front of him. That's the way it is. Okay. As a matter of fact, MVP was giving it to Douglas Lima, but good. And Lima with a leg sweep kick and just a right uppercut from hell. Sort of like the RKO out of nowhere. I'm going to use my right hand since it was a right uppercut. It's my finish of the weekend. Bar none. And you might say the power bomb, power slam that Andrade did should be a great finish. That right uppercut from Lima was beautiful. Span ending the fight with Little Nog was a great finish as well. As was now look, was it controversial? Between Patricio Pitbull and Michael Chandler. Here's the problem. With now Patricio being a champ, he's going to have to vacate one of those belts. And I can't see him staying at lightweight because he would be lit up like a Christmas tree. I really think so. So, who knows? Maybe a quick lightweight tournament, top 4, 6 guys go at it. I think this needs to be a priority for Scott Coker to ask Pitbull exactly what he wants to do. Which belt does he want to hold on to? And quite frankly, I think Scott Coker needs to do that with Ryan Bader too and say, look, you've held both. It's either light heavyweight or heavyweight. It's one or the other. And that's the thing I like about Bellator's going the tournament route. And I said this before, I'll say it again. The featherweight tournament that they're going to have, the fact that it's 16 fighters, 8 fights, all on one card. That first round, it's going to be awesome. I just happen to think it's going to be at Mohegan Sun in October, which I got fingers and arms and eyes all crossed for, because I want to be there for it. It's going to be amazing. All right. I think that I covered everything. I believe I have. Although, oh wait, I know what I wanted to say. Early in the Bellator card, and I'm not going to say his name because I'm going to butcher it, the Mongolian Tornado had a war. This is, you don't want to see Total Wars of phone booth fighting, center of the cage, 2 guys slugging out, because what in effect they do is take years off their lives. They leave the cage knowing that they're going to be ending their lives sooner because of a great war. And the Mongolian Tornado had a massive war with Adam Ward on the undercard of the Bellator card. And you have to go back on YouTube and you have to check this fight out. And it's a classic trait of Mongolian, Asian, that part of the world. These fighters are so under the radar, and they're vicious. They are vicious. You're starting to see that now as you watch One Championship. Asian fighters are serious threats. Don't get me wrong. I'm all about the red, white, and blue. But fighters from the Far East are a whole new ballgame. Now, I've completed this weekend stuff. I think it was pretty good. I need you guys to do me. I said it before, I'll say it again. Click share. Please. You guys watching right now? Really fast. Hit share. And, you know what? Today is May 13th. For the rest of this month, for the month of May, and the month of May only, you go to CycloneComedy.com. You make a purchase. I will throw in a free gift for you. Think that's fair. I really, really do. Now, what's going to happen next is, in a little while, you guys are going to keep it right here on Strong Island Television, and you're going to watch the Newman Show. Okay? And when we come back, we're going to have some games right after this.
I'm Dennis Bermudez. Hi, I'm Creepy Ian McCall. Yo, I'm Kelvin Gastelum.
This is Mark Goldberg. Yo, I'm the world's most dangerous man, Hall of Famer Ken Shamrock, and you're getting tapped out in the cage with Cyclone.
Happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary, happy anniversary.
All right, we got 2 quick birthdays today. We have Josh Ferguson, not related by any chance to Tony Ferguson turns the ripe old age of 31, as well as Arjun Buller, who turns 2 years older at the age of 33. Also happening today in MMA history, 2 years ago, UFC 211. Time freaking flies. Obviously on that card, Frankie Edgar, Jersey's own, KO Yair Rodriguez. Say that 10 times fast. Joanna defended her title by a unanimous decision over the new strawweight queen, Jessica Andrade. Who, by the way, I don't necessarily... I think the UFC, no offense to anybody in other countries, I think the UFC needs their champions to be able to speak English. I'm not turning into Donald Trump or anything, but it's just better for the company if all champions spoke the language. It's one of the issues I had with Jose Aldo. At this point in time, okay, everything we're living in one world. Everyone is kumbaya. I think it's high time that people learn to speak English. I really do. And I don't want to catch no slack on that. Okay? It's the truth. You go to other countries, they speak their language. You come here, everybody speaks everything. English should be the language, especially for a champion. And also, let's not forget on that 211 card, was Stipe Miocic rematching JDS and TKOing him. Okay, let's quickly do a raffle. Let's give away a prize. Alrighty, question number 1 comes from Storm Estes, and I'm surprised I can read my own handwriting right now, and I don't need my glasses. What did you make of the Chandler Pitbull stoppage? Ref's job is to protect the fighter from himself. I'd rather a ref stop a fight a split second too soon than a split second too late. It's been my opinion since day one of me watching combat sports. Better to err on the side of caution than have someone completely have their face caved in. So that's what I think, Storm. Question number 2 comes from the red hot Kenny Hodgkins. What will MVP have to do in the next year to earn a title shot after his loss to Lima? I don't know. He's going to have to get back on another winning streak, Kenny. There's so many right now at welterweight. And remember, whoever wins the Grand Prix is going to have built-in rematches along the line. So there's now a line of people. Lima's somewhere in the middle of the pack now, so I don't know. I really don't. Maybe him against, I don't know, John Fitch? Let's see what happens in that type of a match. Polar opposites. And question number 3 comes from John James, my dear friend, in Chi-Town. Jake Hager is talking title after just 2 fights. How would he do against the top guys? I don't think he'd do good, John. I really don't. Because he might be able to hang with like a Justin Wren or a Steve Mallory, but he couldn't handle Tyrell Fortune. He's not going to be able to handle a Roy Nelson. Even a Fedor. I think a Fedor could beat him right now. So there's your answer. I don't think he'd do that good against the top. Middle pack, maybe. Top, anyways. Really fast, let's find a winner of this prize, and the winner is going to be numero 2. Wow, Kenny Hodgkins at it again. winning another prize. Holy smokes. Kenny's non-stop. I think this is like 4 or 5 straight wins for Kenny Hodgkins. Anyways, guys, the Newman Show is coming up next. Keep it right here on Strong Island Television. Next week, I may or may not have a guest. I'm working on it. So until next week, I am Cyclone saying, like I say all the time, just because all of you out there are not athletes doesn't mean you guys can't be athletic supporters. Bye-bye!